Okay, let's have a look. So, the Lorraine basic package, £33.43, it's available. So, let's have a look. You even get a crew, 100% crew, which is pretty nice, and 3 camo patterns. And the standard one, very, very useful. So, that's on for another 22 days. Very nice. Then you have 2 other packages. The Ultimate package for £51.30. What you get with this is, let's have a look, 7,350 gold. Let's have a look. The personal reserves and the ×5 bonuses. So the gold itself, the 7,350, we'll have a look at. And so we know what the tank is worth. We know what the package is worth. We'll see whether these are actually worth it. So let's go and have a look at the big boy package, £85.50. Very, very expensive. Let's have a look. What do you get with this one? So you get the vert stabs, improved vents, and coated optics. Very useful on this tank. Plus you get, let's have a look, 15,000 gold, large repair kit. So this is a nice way of getting all this equipment as well. So if you're going to be going through this equipment, this is quite a good bundle, but it's a huge amount of that you need in the background. A huge amount of gold, huge amount of money. So let's have a look and see how much the gold itself is worth. So the gold, approximately 14,500 gold is £42.75. The lower package, say 5,500, 7,500 gold is worth £23.47. So either 23 or £42 off. So £42 would put this down to £43. So it's an additional £10 for the additional reserves, vert stabs. So is it worth it for these? These are going to be approximately 1.5 million credits worth. Then you get the large repair kit, so you're looking 500,000 credits on these. So you're looking at a package worth about 3 million credits plus the 1,500 gold. So this is actually quite a good deal if you need these items. So let's go back to the second Lorraine package. The second one, the Ultimate. So we're thinking taking off £23. So that works out about £28 for the tank instead of being about 33. So this is, it says 10% off, but you get the personal reserves. So instead of working out about £33, it's coming out at about £23. Okay. So for me, this is the best value. It's more money, but you get the gold, and there's one aspect, because at the moment I only have 2,000. I'm just looking at the missions as I'm doing the linking of the Centurion and the AMX 1375 for the ongoing war situation between Israel and in the Sinai against Egypt. So these two tanks are on the Israeli side, but to be able to upgrade things, oh yes, on the tech tree, light tanks wise, there's a discount on tanks at the moment, and the next tank I need to get is the T49. So I will need this, and at the moment the tank is, let's have a look, there should be, there we go, 15% off. So I can use the additional premium, the additional gold to buy this tank before the changes come up and before this gets bumped up to tier 9 and becomes more expensive. So that's an issue. So that's something I want to do, and that's one reason to get the gold at the moment. So not only is it a cheaper package when you take gold into account, it's useful for bumping up and using the free credits every once in a while. So I possibly, normally I go for the single tank, but in this case, with the timing and using the gold in the background to bump up my my other collection, so I can actually then save credits in the long run. So I'll save 15% credits as well as bumping up the tank to the next level, so that will save a third of the price on top of that 15% that I already saved. So it's spend a little bit now to get more back in the long run, and that's the sort of time that I do this, especially when there are other deals and all the other items, the reduced prices on equipment. Let's go back to the garage. So at the moment, so this is the 1375. We'll look more in depth on this, and looking in the equipment. It's the standard price at the moment. I was thinking normally time like this there would be a reduced price thing, but there isn't. So that's quite surprising. Let's look. What about the equipment? Yes, the equipment is half price. So it's a great time to buy your equipment and use the premium for getting the equipment ready for the new tanks you're going to be buying. So getting the gold in to allow you to have that. So then you can save. So not only are you saving the money on the gold, but you're and there's ×5 as well at the moment. But not only are you saving the ×5, getting the ×5 on the experience, you're saving the money on half the money on the equipment, as well as you're getting the gold to buy that equipment at half price, 15% cheaper. So it's spent a little bit to keep things rocking and rolling. So yes, this is my Centurion 1, and we will look at this in Steel Monsters and see it actually. You can see it in World of Tanks on a level playing field, but when this is in a more dominant position, well, I will show you gameplay of what this is really like, and working with the technically tier 7 tanks, and then we'll see what they were up against on the opposing side. So without further ado, let's get on with that. So yes, I will be Little Miss Bear will be getting me the Lorraine package for my birthday. She's so lovely. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Well, let's move on to the next section. Bye. Little Miss Bear's just bought me the Lorraine. I can't believe it. So I got now up to 10,000 gold. Just absolutely fantastic. The ultimate package, yes. Little Miss Bear just got me the ultimate package, and it's got these 3 camos. Just absolutely lovely. So this is the first normal camo. The second is this greeny. Very, very nice. I do like this one. The helmets match it. It's a lovely model. Really is very, very nice. And those road wheels, the speed of it. And then this is the summer version. Very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice. Oh, and the camo in the background is on special sale. So it's a half price for those of you who want to get camo on this or other additional camo on other vehicles. So, yeah, this is the amazing little tank. Little Miss Bear's just got me. I'm just over the moon. I had a little cry. It's like the first tank anyone's ever bought me. I'm sorry, Bear's first tank. I know. So I know it seems silly, but yeah, it's just like, oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it's an early birthday present. My birthday being on Wednesday, so yeah, thank you so much. So it's like my birthday. It's actually two birthday weekends, and then we got Insomnia. We're going to Birmingham next weekend with. It's a bank holiday weekend, so we're going with going to meet up with the guys at Philo, and this should be actually helping with the MG20 truck, and going around and signing autographs and all sorts of fun things for the whole weekend. And as far as I know, I think Jingles is going to be there as well. That's not the reason we're going. We were going anyway, but yeah, Jingles and Rita they'll be there. Other people and us guys from Philo and all Pete. And all of the guys from his clan, so yeah, they will all be there as well. So this is the Lorraine. Yeah, and Ted's going to go. Yeah, little Ted. So I'm just going to pause this, and I'm going to have a look at the stats. So yeah, bear with me. We just had pizza arrive, and then Little Bear just bought me this. Oh, that's so good. But yes, this isn't linked to the MX. I know it's French, but it's not linked to the MX 1375 and the Centurion, which we're in the partway doing at the moment as part of the look at the political side of things and the historical gaming, non-political, heart of irony sort of thing. So yes. So without further ado, let's get back to the review. So, first game, let's see what we can do. It's been a while, well, playing the original. Let's see what, well, so you want to try and stay at range, use the penetration of the gun to best effect. And, well, see what we can do. So it's 12:15 AM. I've had a tooth taken out and I've been sleeping a lot recently. And I woke up at 10:30. I was supposed to do something with my parents today. But I was sleeping so much, and Miss Bear let me sleep. So, yeah, I woke up about 20 to 11. Let's have a look. So, no other. So, we've got KV for Defender, IS3, and the opposing team. So, we'll see how well we can work the ridges. Now, we want to use the view range of this. The oscillating turret is quite good, but not the greatest. But the view range, you can see, is pretty good. Artillery, there's one artillery. So I'm going to move. The oscillating turret is okay, but not the greatest. So I'm going to start off initially moving over towards the one line, see what I can spot, get used to the mobility. I want open spaces to be able to use the mobility of this. So I've got the Udizo 3 moving in. You can see how quick. Now we're keeping up with the Scorpion. Now we should be able to pull away because you've got the top speed. There we go. We're pulling away because we can get up to 60 km/h. These other faster tanks. The Udiz is the only one which is able to stay up with us. So let's get into this ridge position from here. Let them spot and then bring the drum to bear. Work at range, angle the armour, and see what we can do. So we've got the 1375. That's quite a coincidence that we're going to be doing a review of that. I need to reorganise my mouse. I'm having problems with the sensitivity at the moment. Let's get settings, controls. Let's try that. Back to battle. It's a little bit better. He's in the way. I'm just going to move up. What is, non-passive? What is that little dude doing? What is that little AMX doing? He's a tomato. He just doesn't have a clue. He really doesn't have a clue. That's roughly where the 44 is. Keep them moving back. As we're waiting for the reloads, that's one issue with these tanks. You've got the reload time in between, another 12 seconds. Defenders coming in the other way. I'm going to go and start getting ready to push. These guys aren't scouting. We're losing the hill, and I want to actually show doing something. So let's see what we can do. That's it, little AMX. You go in. That's it. You scouts. Come on, keep moving. Don't stop. Don't stop. We need you to look. That's it. Okay. Okay, that's up there. Come on, Scout. Can we see anything? Can we see the 44? Time to move in. There was a nice little passive scouting job that he did. So... Don't want to be here. Artillery's going to be incoming. Let's reload. They're pushing the other way. Our artillery's should be running, but he's too stupid. Or he's just not experienced enough. One or the other. 48%. 12,000 games. He should know to move, but yeah, it's a bit... someone can't see the state of play. The mobility is really good. I'm going to have to reorganize my mouse again. So let's try and get into a double bush situation. .50 pens on that. Very, very nice. That's it. You go over. We need you to scout. 15 seconds till we're back. Oh, he's gone. Cool. Come on, dude. Scout. SCRV, scout your little... He's waiting for me to scout. Let's have a look. What's his stats? 50%, 35,000 games. He's waiting for someone to scout. SCRV scout, please. Oh, great! I've lost my skill. My skill. I've lost everything. Let's move back. I can't see anything. I've got nothing. Oh, wonderful. Okay, it's back. Cool. IS-3 up there. Oh, great. I must have... Okay, let's move through. I've accidentally loaded premium. Right, the Uter's... What's he... He's waiting for someone else to spot. So, okay, I'll be his eyes, but... yeah, they're in a bit of a... They're in a worse situation. They're great for getting into position, but if you want to be able to spot... So, see what we can see. That'll do it. So, good view range. Use the ridge line. Use the speed. Time to move. Aiming is an issue. Yeah, still an issue, even with the... have I got time to switch over? Is it worth a premium shot to take out an artillery? But let's get it up there as quickly as we can. Mobility is great. The armour, this showed the armour is a bit pants. Let's go to the left. Let's line up the shot ready for... one of them's going to spot and see if we can actually get the kill shot. I presume he's going to be up there somewhere. Come on, where are you? Did we get it? No, not quite. Oh well. So, that was the first game. It feels really good, the mobility's good, the armour's pants, the view range is great. The gun is pretty good. Well, actually very good. So, let's have a look. 5,000 experience, 47,000 credits. Quite a bit of spotting, 700, not a lot of damage. And me losing the map in that middle bit. Silly bear. 600 experience. Meh. The accuracy lets it down. 13 shots, 5 hit. I would have expected more at range 2 to have gone in. Come away with 1,011 with standard with premium. Not a, that's not bad at all. So as a first game, it's okay. Not a great game, but 47,000 credits. The view range, the spotting on this is very, very good. Very good indeed. Lots of spotting and helping the team to take advantage. So that's something this can do, is you can work as a scout. The accuracy is a little bit iffy. So you've got, at range, yes, you can get through the target, but you need that additional time to aim. So you need to think about this. Some ways it works against itself. You've got the view range, but then you have to wait for the gun to come on target to be able to take advantage of it. Let's have, so 47,000 credits. How much does it cost to 38? So we made 9,000. Let's go with that. Boom. So we came away and made 9,000, just over 9,000 credits. Used premium, used coffee and croissants. What's not to like? Is it a good tank? Yes, but it's a little bit of a tricky one to get used to. First game in, well, since they took it away. Now, what is it really like? Well, you've got great view range, but the gun makes it a sniper, but the inaccuracy at range works against that sniper ability. But this functions incredibly well as a sniper. Then, using the concealment of it, at this sort of level, we're approaching 99% on each of the crew members. So you can move in, spot the enemy, before they will spot you. I wanted to try and get the shots, and I was hoping that those tank destroyers would move in and spot so I could actually do more damage, but I ended up having to move forward and do the spotting for them. So but you've got the ability to do that. So if you've got someone spotting for you, you can take advantage of it. But you've also got this, by doing this way, I've gone for the brothers in arms and then concealment to allow me to get into position, because what I find is with the autoloader, you need to get in the first shots, and by the time you do the burst and then you get out of there, you're not there for them to get the second. They will generally get the first shot in return. The second shot, you're working not to be there for. So you exchange roughly 1,000 points of damage for one shot in return. Now, if you're up against, say, the likes of a T-34, you're looking 400 damage. So you're doing 1,000, they're doing 400. So you are hoping to get in, fire the first shot, stealth it, and that's the reason I have this combination on the Bat and now on the Lorraine, that you stealth it, you get that first shot off. They're reacting, they're just bringing the gun to bear as you do the second, third shots. They fire, you do the fourth shot, and you're out of there. Or else, if you're in a stealthy position, you do the first 2 shots, pulling back, reload the clip, and you don't take any shots. It depends how you play it. So you either go for more damage or the stealthy side. Using the stealth, this can work very well, which is why having the camo, it gives you that first and potentially second shot advantage. Because if you move up, spot them, pull back, double bush, you're then firing from concealed position. They don't even know where the shots are coming from. So you could potentially empty the clip and just take them to pieces, rinse and repeat. So that's what you can do with this tank. Now, is it a good tank? Yes, yeah, it is an OP tank. Very good fun. I've always loved it, and now it's back. Thank you, Wargaming. So yes, and thank you, Little Miss Bear. I'm completely made up right now. So the Lorraine 40T, or the Lorr 40T, is it worth getting? Definitely. The punchiness of the gun, we'll do some comparisons between the gun and what you are likely to meet in OP tanks, so bear with me, I'll just sort that out for you. Okay, comparing the Lorraine, in that last game we had the E4, and let's see, so efficiency 3000 efficiency, WN8 500. So between the spotting and how it worked, it's a very efficient tank, very good at helping the team win. Now, compared to the E5, let's see how did we get any shots on. Yeah, we got one we missed, and the other one we got a killing shot in from the side. The Defender, it shows we only we hit once, but I remember from the game that I'm sure we bounced 2. We bounced 1 shot and hit 1 shot. So the E4, very good armour, even though it says it's only 101mm. The additional spaced armour plates make it a bit of a beast on the battlefield. But your 232mm of standard pen and 263 with premium is very, very good. So another one around at the moment, the E5 or the Patriot. So this armour, 152 on the hull, you'll go straight through it. The turret, 190, angled and sloped, you'll still go through, pretty much. So your gun is one of the best at tier 8. Let's have a look at the Alien. The Alien, very good armour, very strong from the front. Turret armour, 229. It's going to be there or thereabouts. It's got some weak spots on the sides, the sloping and angling. I would say you've got about a 50-50 chance of penetrating this in the turret with standard. The body is 191mm, but angling and sloping, you could bounce a couple of shots. So I'd say half of your clip would go through in the Alien or the M6, A2, E1. That'll go quite nicely. Then we come to the T-34. 101, basically, this is about the turret. The turret, 279mm. Your top ammo is 263. You need to wait until he's turned his cheeks and then fire in. The cheeks are 76mm on the sides. So if you get past this angled area, so if he's turning somewhere else, you use your mobility to get round, slightly flank, and hit the turret from the side. You'll go through with any of your ammo. So apart from HE, you know, you try and do that. You got 50mm of pen, not quite enough to get through the 51mm on the rear. Would be nice if you could. Can you imagine that? 4 shots, autoloader clip. You get in, you penetrate, and get shots inside. Ouch! He's going to have a really bad day. Then we come to, let's have a look at other heavy, like the Jagdtiger 88. 250mm of armour on the front. Your standard rounds just won't pen at all. So you need to switch to premium to get through this from the front. But this is a bit of a beast. So, and you can still do it from the front by switching up. What's not to like? The Lorr, the turret, is Bounce City. Those angles, you've got to aim for the cupola. Your accuracy is a bit down, so it's not the best. But I would say go for the hull on this, because it's the weakest place if you can't see the commander's cupola. Next, working our way through, looking at heavier tanks, like the IS-6. The IS-6 or the IS-6B, they're all pretty much the same. You look at this and say, oh, 100mm of armour. Well, you could pretty much get through this with the normalisation of standard. Just blast towards it. I'm sure you'd shred the turret or the body, depending on the angles. As long as it's less than 70 degrees, you will penetrate. So yeah, if you can change the angle, get above it, fire down, and take it to pieces, especially with the weak spot here above the gun. And then if you can get above it, you can shoot through the cupolas anyway. Fire those 4 shots, turn around, and get out of there. Next, what have we got? Oh, like your cousin, the AMX M4 MLE. Armor-wise, turret 250. Very, very nice. You will have to use premium apart from, as long as he's not hiding this area here, which if I remember rightly is about 63mm. So very, very weak commander's cupola, and empty your entire clip through here before turning around and getting the flock out of dodge. The hull armour, 190mm, very similar to the Alien with its 191mm. These two are very similar tanks, except the weak spot and the commander's cupola on this is much smaller, and the one on the Liberte, and you can see how much smaller that was, but when you looked at the model then we come to some of these other tanks, like the 112. Very angled and sloped. This is going to be tricky to get through. Very tricky, very tough tank, very good armour. Aim for the lower plate, or else go for these cupolas. His gun is inaccurate, he's got to get close to you, so use that weakness that he's got against him. Track him in place, get round the side, put the shots in through the side, and run away. Don't wait for the return shots. You're in close, he's going to take you to pieces. If you've got the range ability, aim for the lower plate. Take out the lower plate. Then we've got the WZ. WZ, the armour is okay. It's like a mini brother of the 112. Turret very strong. Frontal plate very similar to the IS-3. Very bouncy, but you can still get through. Use the angles against it. Keep trying to get side angles on it. Use your mobility. That's one thing the Lorraine's got. You've got no armour, you have to use your mobility. Otherwise you may as well be a Liberte. If you want something that stays in one place and fires and battles and uses its armour, get a Liberte. If you want to use manoeuvrability, then get the Lorraine. That's the reason you've got it, because it's got that mobility to take advantage of the enemy in the battlefield. As you saw me moving around from one side of the flank to the other and back again very quickly. It's very nimble around the battlefield, and you saw that it moved into position incredibly quickly. So what's not to like? Then we come to the Type 59. Tricky in anyone's books, incredibly strong armour, but when he pokes over, you've got the ability to penetrate his turret, which any gun that can penetrate the turret of a T-59, Type 59, is going to fear you. You've emptied those clips, you pull back, and he's thinking, I've got to take advantage now, otherwise while he's reloading. So make sure you've got your team with you to protect you in that downtime. As I've shown you, let's have a look at the firepower, the reload. You are looking at a main reload of about 30 seconds. Rain added to the list. So let's have a look. Move this out of the way. So we are looking at the main reload time. A reload time 14.95. So almost 41 seconds to reload the clip. So it's you need someone to be there to either to keep running. You've got the speed to run away, but you need someone to, if they're chasing, you need someone to protect you for those 40 seconds while you're getting ready. So yeah, that's a biggie that you've got to watch out for. But the concealment, the mobility, the firepower is fantastic, and you saw coming away with 3,000 efficiency because it's a good second row tank. It's very much like the AMX 5100. Let's click onto the normal French. Like the 5100, it's a second row tank. You're there, you assist your team, and then pull back, and they need to guard you. It works well with an IS-3. You go, he fires, the return shot comes in at the IS-3, and then you go in, pump your shots in, 3 shots, pull back, by which time they'd reload. Then your IS-3s are going in against that single target again. So this is how it's sort of done in tournament, and you play it a similar way with the Lorraine. Very similar sized vehicles. This is a little bit smaller, but basically similar method of playing. You fire from range, you assist your team. It's not one that should get up close, but then it can get up close and pick off stragglers who are on low hit points. 1 or 2 shots in and they're dead. As you saw the sniping at the end, very neat at moving in, clearing away many enemies, and at the same time spotting for your team to allow them to assist you to do the kills. So it's a very team friendly, fun tank with its own role on the battlefield. It's like a big brother to the AMXs. So yeah, what's not to like? I've always loved this tank, and yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough. So any of these packages are great. I think the middle package is the best. The one that I go for, the one Litmus Bear got me, is the Ultimate. This is the one that I feel is the best deal. If you want to have just the tank, which is a great tank, go for the 40T if that's all you can afford. The Supreme is more of the same thing, but for me, the way I play and what I use, these items are... This is what I needed. I used some of the gold to buy the equipment. I'm going to use more of the gold to then help me equip things and get the light tanks ready for the light tank upgrades coming in the very near future. So, for me, the Ultimate is the right one. Possibly for you, the Supreme Edition, if you've got the money as well. It's a lot of money. And thank goodness it was my birthday. So it's my birthday on Wednesday. So yeah. So I hope this helps. And I'm the Gaming Bear. This has been the Lorr 40T. Oopsie. Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, as long as you're okay. Oh, yes. So back to this. Big pause. I've always had. I love this tank, and I'll try and find some footage of me playing the Lorraine back in the day before it was taken away. Before it was superseded by the TN9 25T. So yeah, thank you so much, and I shall see you on the next one, guys. Have fun. Bye. Hi guys, Gaming a bit here. Right, today we're doing a quick mini review of the Lorr 40T and comparing it to the new 25 bat, which is going to be coming out tomorrow actually in the new patch. So this is what we've got at the moment at tier 9. So let's have a look and see exactly what you're going to be getting with the new patch. So bear with me a second. So what we're going to be getting is a new vehicle called the Batchat 25 TAP. The DPM is going to go from 2013 up to 2460, so a useful change. The damage is going to drop to 240 per shot as alpha-wise from 300. The pen is going to go to 200, so it's not going to be as good. And this is one issue. I don't think it's not going to be quite as usable as the Lorraine. Reload is going to be 24 seconds instead of 40 seconds for a clip, which is instead of let's have a look. So much faster firing, 10.25. Clip size is still 6. Very, very interesting. And the aim time is going to go from 2.5 to 3 seconds. So it's going to be less accurate. It's going to have less penetration. Let's have a look at dispersion. 0.4 instead of 0.36. Oh my goodness, this is awful. The caliber goes down from 100 mil to 90 mil. The velocity goes from 1 kmh to 930, and the ammo capacity drops to 42 from 48. Oh, this does not look good. Let's see how the rest of it goes. Top speed will increase to 65, so it's faster on the battlefield. Reversing, it's going to be slower than the Lorraine. Power to weight ratio is going to be down to 20.49 instead of 25.5, which the Lorraine has at the moment. So this doesn't look good. I don't like the way this is looking. Terrain resistance is getting worse. Gun elevation is getting worse by 2 degrees. Gun depression is getting worse by additional 2. This really doesn't look good. Armor is dropping. Health is going up by 75, which it's going to need. Everything is either the same or worse on the new bat. View range is dropping from 400 to 380. Radio range is dropping to from 750 down to 570. And the chance of fire is going up from 15 to 20. This is absolutely awful. Oh my goodness. I'm really not looking forward to having this. So let's have a look at the current armor model. It's basically got no armor. You can put off some lucky bounces now and again, but basically you just don't expect it. So let's have a look at the new bat. Let's see what we're going to get. So tier 9, new bat 25. Let's have a look at the model. Basically, it's a new mini version of the Batchat with very slopey armor, so you can pull off some lucky bounces potentially, very much like the bat does. But the bat itself is actually more angled and sloped. But for me, this tank just doesn't really do it. Let's see how it compares to the bat at tier 10. Bear with me. Where are you? There we go. Comparing it to the bat and see what you're going to get. So let's have a look. Stats-wise, between tier 9 and tier 10, the DPM is actually going to drop by about 170. Pen goes up to by 60. Reload time decreases. It increases. The clip size goes down, so you're looking at rate of fire difference. So 2.2 with the tier 9 and 2.7 with the bat. Aim time drops from 3 to 2.7, so you can see the difference. What we have today at tier 9 will be going to a smaller bat version, which will then lead on to a very useful bat. But I feel a bit sad to be losing the Lorraine. It's been a lovely tank. Maybe they'll bring it out as a premium. I don't know. I hope so. So yeah, it's quite sad actually. And there's quite a lot that's changing. So the ammo capacity, well, it's actually going from 42 to 30, which is the bat. So it's looking like a smaller version of the bat, which isn't as good. It's not even halfway to the Lorraine. This is really sad, and it looks like it's going to be a tricky one to go through. It's not going to be as much fun. Most people didn't really like the Lorraine, but I found it really, really nice, really good fun, and a nice way to lead you into the bat. Whereas this just doesn't seem to work, and yes, it flows, but it doesn't seem to quite work. So for me, it's actually quite sad that this is going to happen, and they're getting rid of the Lorraine. So this, goodbye, old girl. You've been a faithful workhorse, a faithful friend, but you're gone. You will be gone at 3 o'clock in the morning. So from me and Lorraine 40T, signing out for now. I won't run through some gameplay, but it is a 54% win rate. It's a better than average tank, and I think what they're bringing in is not going to be as good, sadly. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I'll bring you a review as soon as I can on this tank, the new 25T, as it comes in. So I'm the Gaming Bear. This is the Lorraine 40T, and I shall see you very, very soon.